This video is going to be a follow-up to the last video I did about how to use Wasteland. In that video, I kind of went over just how to set up Wasteland and the basics on how to use it. In this video, what I want to do is I want to really focus mostly on the analysis page to really hone in how powerful Wasteland is and how to use it on a daily basis once everything's all set up. So anyway, with that all said, let's get on with the video. So like I said in the last video, when you first log into Wasteland, it brings you to this screen. This is actually called the analysis screen. It's your dashboard, and this is where you can manage your income, manage your expenses, manage your wallets by clicking on the appropriate tab. But I don't want to focus on that because we've already set that up. If you need help setting that up, you can either view the previous video to this, or you can go up here, you got this here help file. You can click on that, and that kind of describes how to enter the information on the various tabs. We're just going to focus on this tab right here, which is the dashboard. You click on your dashboard, it brings you here. It's actually the analysis tab. So if you look at this, you see you have multiple cards. Now, this application is very responsive, meaning that it responds to the screen that you're on. So if you're on a cell phone, for example, I'll demonstrate this. Your screen is going to look something like this. So the cards all look the same. It's just they all get adjusted so that you're not scrolling side to side. You're just scrolling up and down, which is the way a smaller screen should work. I'm going to keep this on the desktop mode just so I can get this side-by-side view for you guys, so I'm not scrolling up and down. So the first card we're going to look at is this select a wallet. To start with, you've got this drop down where you get to select your account. Now, you see I've got two different accounts here. One says Amy's account, one says Mike's account. That's because Wasteland was kind of designed with the household in mind. Because the number one contention among married couples is actually financial. So by having a powerful financial tool to manage your household, that hopefully will mitigate some of those stresses. All right. So you can set this up as a single application, and then you can each have your own separate accounts that you might manage out of here. But it's reflects all of your current household expenses. So that works really well, so that, you know, expenses don't get overlooked and all of that. You can kind of help each other out with some of that. So I'm going to use my account because I don't want to spend money out of Amy's account. All right. So your next box here, well, let's go over here first. So this here is your kind of overview card that you're going to kind of watch to monitor things with. You'll notice that you've got this first little card here. It says Wallet Overview, and it tells you what account you're on that you're overviewing, right? So you got your wallet balance. Now this balance here is going to match this balance over here, all right? So that's the same thing. But you notice we also have this wallet available balance, and it's less than what the wallet balance is. When we get there, I'll describe a little more, but quickly as an overview, what that's reflecting right there is it's reflecting expenses that have paid, where you paid money on them, but you haven't cleared them. You have to clear your expenses in order for them to actually get subtracted from your wallet and balance everything out. Generally, when I'm paying expenses, I'm going to pay them and clear them at the same time. But there are cases where maybe you want to balance your checkbook or I mean your bank account. So you want to use the cleared when you're going through and balancing your account. That's kind of old school, but you can do that. One example is this mortgage that I have here that's showing past due, right? When I pay that mortgage, it usually takes 3 or 4 days before that money actually clears my bank. So if I paid that today, it's not going to clear for a few days. So I could technically leave that uncleared, but I need to be very careful and watch this balance here and not this one as I'm spending money. But another reason why these are separate is to help you manage subscriptions. That's the biggest issue that we tend to have. So subscriptions are automatically going to pay on the day they're due, all right? You don't pay those, you don't mark those as paid. They just automatically pay on the date they're due, but they don't clear. And the reason is this forces you, you'll see a discrepancy between your wallet balance and your available balance, and you'll go down here and go, why do I have a discrepancy? And you're going, oh, I've got these two auto paid. These aren't subscriptions, actually. I set these up as auto paid bills. But if they were subscriptions, you could look and go, oh, I don't want to get rid of that subscription. So remember that. And another trick I'm going to let you in on, set your subscriptions up to pay one day before they really pay. That way, you'll catch them right here. You'll see something paid. You can go down and you can monitor those subscriptions. And if you want to get rid of it without having to pay the bill, you can get onto that account and cancel that subscription. So that's just a little trick you can use to monitor your subscriptions and make sure that you're only paying for the subscriptions that you want. All right, so this here screen, I mentioned this before. You can, for the most part, you're not going to do anything here. This balance is going to change based on whichever account you're on. But if you get a little bit behind and you just want to start over, you can just pull your balance out, update your wallet, and start from scratch. That is a possibility. Your next box here, of course, is where you're spending or depositing money. Returning items would be depositing money. So this is where you're going to enter in, let's say I spent $10.99, because everything's $10.99, right? And let's say that was at Ace, right? So I would enter it in and I would enter Ace in. Now you don't have to put Ace in there. You don't need any kind of notes at all, but they're nice so that if you're not sure if you entered a transaction in during the day, you can go back to your register and look and see if that was entered. So I'm actually going to put the store name in. I like to at least have the store name so I can monitor that. All right. And then, of course, if I return that item, right, I can, in here, just for my own information, I can just put an Ace return. And then that would be deposited. That's a return, right? Now, one thing about your transactions, if you view your register here, you're going to see that it says transactions are deleted after 28 days. Wasteland doesn't maintain a history of transactions. The goal of Wasteland is to give you a daily overview that keeps you up to date so that you can look ahead and see if you have money available at the end of the week or what your balance is going to be at the end of the week, for example. The other nice thing, I find this kind of fun, is maybe you want to maintain a savings account in here and you're depositing money to save up for something. It's really nice because you enter in that, even though I call wallets spending accounts, they could be savings accounts too. They don't have to be spending accounts. And then you can deposit money in here, and then you can go into your wallet and see what your progress is as you're depositing money on your savings account. It gives you a nice central location for all your accounts so you're not fumbling with your different accounts, logging into every single account trying to figure out what your balances are. So be sure to uh, keep your wallet up to date by entering your transactions. That's the best way to do it because it really keeps you informed to how you're spending your money. The other reason is you can go back and see, wow, what have I been spending all of my money on for the last 28 days, right? Or you can look back over the weekend and say, man, I seem to be really broke. What did I buy this weekend? And then that project that you thought was going to cost $200, you go look and realize it was $450. You know, you can kind of watch that. But after 28 days, you can just go back to a bank statement if you want that information. So it's not really maintained. So this next card is going to be your last income received. As soon as you get paid, right, this switch is off, meaning you haven't deposited. All you have to do to deposit your pay is click it, deposit, and then be sure to hit your deposit pay. All right, and that's going to update your wallet balance. It'll deposit that money. If you make a mistake, you can always just turn it off, hit deposit pay, and it takes it back out for you. All right. So let's put it back in there. We'll deposit pay because I like seeing lots of money in my accounts. That's why I love this app, because I love to be able to see what my current financial situation is. And the more I use it, the more I really love it, to be honest with you. So I kind of went over this section here. Just remember, when you pay a bill, you have to pay it, and then you have to clear it, okay? And it doesn't update your overview here until you actually click your save paid information. You got to save that information so it doesn't mess you up. So when you pay something, you can you change all these that you need to, then save all the information at one time. And when you hit the save information, it's going to update your overview up here. Now this last section, this just gives you a heads up, lets you know what's coming due in the next 30 days. So you can be ready for it. You can also look and you can go, wow, yeah, I don't really want that Netflix subscription. I'm going to get rid of it right now. And you can go online and get rid of it, right? So one more thing that I wanted to go over really quick was this, your snapshot here. This here is your total available cash of all of your accounts, okay? Then it takes your total cash on hand of all of your accounts. Then it takes all of those accounts and it subtracts all of your bills here, okay? Regardless of whether they're paid or not. It doesn't include the cleared bills because those are going to already be subtracted from your cash on hand. But anything that isn't cleared, whether it's paid or not, it's going to subtract that and it's going to say, look, you got bills due. Pay those bills before you spend your money. This is how much money you actually have available, right? All right. And then this last thing, this is kind of a nice little feature to just let you know what your cash flow from pay period to pay period is. And what that is it takes all of your income right here for that period, and it subtracts all of your bills from it. And it shows based on your income minus your bills, this is what your net income, because that's your actual net income after you subtract your bills. This is what your actual net income for the pay period is. And this kind of lets you know if you want to try to keep your net income positive, because if your net income is always positive and you're never spending more than your net income on things like food and gas and whatnot, then your accounts are going to slowly grow and you'll get more and more money in there. So it's kind of a nice little feature. You can go in there and you can say, okay, I don't want to spend more than $150 this pay period, because that'll give me, what is that, $75 in my account next time. That's going to get added to my account, and my accounts will slowly grow. So that's a super nice feature to watch. Some people like to go on a cash basis, and this is a really nice feature because it tells you how much cash you have. So you can plan for it. You can say, okay, this pay period, I'm going to pull out of the bank like I say, $150. And when that cash, and I'm going to buy everything with cash. And I won't be adding any transactions here. I'm only going to be using the cash, right? And yeah, and that's one way you can do it. So this is a very powerful tool. I think this is the primary page you're going to be on when you use it. You're not The only time you really go to these other tabs is if you need to add a new expense or you need to make some adjustments, maybe delete some, maybe you change jobs and you need to change your income um, or whatever. Maybe you got a different account. That's only what these tabs are used for. Your primary tab you're going to use is this main tab, and a very powerful tool. The more you use it, the more you're going to love it as you get, and it eventually gets to a point where it's just kind of automatic. I've been using it for a few months now, and it's just automatic. I go to the store, I buy something, or I return something, or whatever. I just automatically, sometimes I'll do it at the register. Sometimes I'll wait till I get back to my truck and I'll enter in the transaction then. It's extremely fast to enter it in. It takes no time at all. 5 seconds, you're done, right? And it does all the math for you, so you don't have to do anything else. All you have to do is look at the data and watch your money grow over time. So use it, try it out, use it. I highly, highly recommend it. Yes, I do sponsor myself, so but I really want to share this. I really do think that people could get a lot of benefit out of it. So that's all I got for you.